What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Espresso, and welcome back to another Modern Warfare Remastered video here today on the channel. With this one, we're going to take a little bit of a different approach here to this. This is more so just a general thought that I had, and I wanted to share a little bit here with you guys, my thoughts and processing of this. And it's something that is kind of a touchy subject, that is the topic of Modern Warfare Remastered being sold separately. Now, as it stands right now, there is no plans here for it, but is that something that could change in the future? That's what we're gonna be discussing here with this and the ideas as to why. But before we get too far into it, if you guys enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you guys are new to the channel, maybe consider subscribing to stay up to date with everything Modern Warfare Remastered and Infinite Warfare. So that said, let's talk about this here a little bit. It is no surprise that Infinite Warfare is something that is not the hottest of trends in terms of Call of Duty in recent years for the titles of the franchise, but it is something that still is being played. But one of the big things that a lot of people are chalking that up to is the inclusion of Modern Warfare Remastered. There is probably, in my mind, no doubt, a lot more number of sales for the higher packages of a base game because it comes with a secondary game, that being Modern Warfare Remastered, or in some cases, it might even be the primary game for people. However, that said, the sales of Infinite Warfare are still rather dismal compared to recent years. There's no solid number right now, but sales were down indefinitely. That is probably something that nobody can argue. I don't think that there's anybody out there that says this was such a successful year for Call of Duty in terms of sales. It far outranked Black Ops 3, all that kind of stuff, because it just didn't. I'm a huge COD fanboy, but I know 100% that sales were way down this year. So no console even sold 1 million copies its first week, with a total combined of roughly 1.8 million sold within that first week of launch. For Black Ops 3, in comparison, that sold roughly 3.7 million copies during its first week, and then more so afterwards even there. So that said, once again, I'm a huge COD fan and I want the brand to succeed, but there is no denying that this is without a doubt a major cutback in sales, and one we haven't seen in recent years, if ever. So let's talk a little bit in business perspective here. Everybody paints Activision as the worst bad guy in history almost. Like, I'm talking any villain you've ever thought of, 10 times worse. That's what everybody paints Activision to be out. But in reality, their business mindset and business model is almost exactly the same as every other company in the world. The same as Microsoft, Toshiba, Tesla, Sony, Apple, literally any brand you can name, the mindset is to drive a profit. Now, I'm not meaning for this to sound like a massive defense, because I personally am against especially one item that's already been enacted, that being COD Points. So some ideology I definitely do not agree with how they approach this, but we can't stop that. And the mindset of driving a profit isn't evil. It's been around forever and is what drives the entire world. So where am I taking this? Let's do a little bit of a discussion here with this. If a brand loses money on a grand scale, would they do things differently to make up for that lost money? Absolutely. One way that we've already seen enacted, like I've mentioned, is COD Points, the currency from Black Ops 3. That's already returned in Infinite Warfare. Some people are really upset about this, and I totally understand why. COD Points are in the game before even basic things like leaderboards, but it is what it is. Once again, micro DLC is a thing that is now a staple of many games, sad but true, and we saw this introduced a few months into the lifespan of Advanced Warfare in Call of Duty firstly, and then a little earlier in Black Ops 3, but now a lot earlier in terms of Infinite Warfare. So why is that? Because profit margins and closing the gap on where they want to be is a thing. Like we said, it is definitely without a doubt a very dismal year in terms of sales overall, and to make up for a lot of that, because COD Points being only $1 to say $20 on average for being bought, I don't think that I've seen too many of the $100 bundles or anything going like that. $20 at most here for that average is not near as much as a $60 game. So you're only getting back 1/3 of that entire sale for, say, even one person making up for that copy that was not sold. So as a result of that law of numbers, I personally believe that this will ultimately fail to make up the required amount of sales to get back to that even flow within the margins of profits and all that kind of stuff that Activision is now used to, and as a business definitely wants to churn out. So while DLC sales were record-breaking for Call of Duty mainly because of COD Points last year, like I said, I don't think it's going to be enough. So what's the next best way to do this? I personally think that would be to release Modern Warfare Remastered separately. Release it for $20 to $40 and bam, you open up a dozen of more sales and definitely close that gap of where you want to be to where you currently are a lot faster. what is the biggest complaint that you've seen here in terms of sales numbers for Infinite Warfare? Probably, and I'd be willing to bet that it is, people want to see Modern Warfare Remastered being released separately. They don't want to buy into what is Infinite Warfare, which I personally don't think is a horrible game. It has some issues and it could use some work, but I think it still is a decent game. But without a doubt, people want Modern Warfare Remastered, and that is probably their biggest complaint here out of it. The people that especially did not buy it probably didn't because they wanted Modern Warfare Remastered and not Infinite Warfare. So with how things have gone, giving the players exactly what they want in terms of releasing Modern Warfare Remastered separately, that would be a fantastic way to generate a lot more sales post-launch of your primary game, and effectively could then make up for a lot of that margin that is currently there. So that said, that is my piece here on it. That's my thoughts. Once again, a little bit of a different video than we're used to here on the channel. Just a free-flowing conversation here, a little bit of a dialogue that I want to open up to you guys to hear your thoughts down there in the comment section. I thought of this last night, and I was just thinking about all of it while I was driving home from somewhere, and I was like, you know what, this is kind of interesting, and I want to get my thoughts here on this out there. So that said, leave your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of this here? Do you think it would be smart, and do you guys want to see Modern Warfare Remastered coming separately apart from Infinite Warfare? I personally think if this were to happen, it would happen probably around the midpoint of the year, so March to April, and see it detached there from it. We saw previously things like the Giant in Black Ops 3 being remade, certain different versions of the game, so the collector's editions had the Giant here with it, but it eventually broke away and became its own buyable item a little bit later after launch here with it. Obviously, this is a much grander scale than that of the Giant, but definitely something still on the same ideological standpoint. So that said, once again, leave your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Drop a like down below if you guys did enjoy, and of course, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe to stay up to date with everything Modern Warfare Remastered and Infinite Warfare. So thank you guys so much for watching. Mine's been COD Espresso. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on this. Hopefully you guys have a great day. Take care, and peace.